there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Army. Today we're taking a look at Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Oh, there's something about that music. Right away this game is showing me that they've got the theme right. They've got the theme right. That driving music. Oh yes. Okay, so I'll have a look at the settings, controls. Okay. Pretty much everything done on the mouse. We've got some decent graphic settings. Let's turn the sounds down a bit. As much as I love the music. Let's just drop that down. Okay. So, this one I've been a bit excited to get my hands on. We had a little bit of an issue getting our hands on it earlier, which is a shame, but so be it. So that's already got the town and everything. That's got blank on it. Okay. Unsatisfied. Let me cross. Very negative. Okay, so I like that. I like that as well. Yeah. So coming into this game, let's start at the beginning. So coming into this, I've seen a little bit about it. I've watched a couple of videos. I've seen Party Elite play through a bit of it. I wanted to get a general feel of the game. This is before I knew I was going to do a review on it. And it felt like something I could watch. If you don't know who Party Elite is, you know, go and search him on YouTube. He's doing a Planet Zoo thing at the moment. He's been doing a Workers and Resources playthrough for a long time. And I came onto him before that with a bunch of other gameplay that I really, really enjoyed. So yeah. So what I've seen in those videos, what I've read about the game, little bits here and there, it's a city builder kind of strategy planner game set in the Soviet Republic, where you have to manage both workers and resources. So there's where the name comes from. But yeah, it's my kind of game. It's my kind of theme. The music's just glorious already. Graphically, I mean, the menus seem to be very, very simplistic graphic style. And there's a very kind of retro style to the game, if I want to put it that way, perhaps, which is evocative of that period in the Soviet Union, where it felt like they were playing catch-up with the rest of the world in terms of technology and just overall lifestyle, which, you know, is very difficult sometimes in a situation like they were in to deal with. So yeah, I can't really speak too much on that. I didn't grow up in it or anything like that, but at the same time, from the outside looking in, it did feel they were a few years behind a period. So I like how this game kind of uses that and makes those choices, very bold choices, to like live in that period. So love that. Absolutely love that. As you can see, there's so many different game options here that we can just do stuff. So yeah. I mean, we're just gonna go with easy mode and jump in to begin with. So, like I say, although I know a tiny bit about this game, I don't know that much about this game at all. So, we will be, this is, again, not quite a blind look, but a fairly blind look in that This is the first time I've ever got my hands on it. I haven't loaded it up before pressing record for this video. And yeah, we're going to see how it looks, how it plays, how it feels, how it sounds, all that good stuff as we jump on into it. And yeah, we'll come out of it with either a recommendation to stay away, to buy, to wait for a sale, or just to watch it, which is something I do with a lot of games these days. My free time isn't enough to like learn a game and play a game. So watching other people play them on Twitch, on YouTube, yeah, I still get to see the story. I still get to, find people who make choices I like. I get to rediscover old games without having to go and try and get them to work and download them, etc. myself. So I'm kind of living in that kind of space right now where as an adult, you've not really got the time to commit to many games. So you may commit to 1 or 2 a year. You've got the money to buy them, that's great. But not to play them all the way through and get sort of hooked in and sink and breathe in that world as much as I like to do in games. See, there's the music again. It's already just got my shoulders swaying and my head bobbing. I don't know what it is about the music. Okay. So if you haven't seen Workers and Resources, this is the map you play on. And I mean, maps can be different, but this is one corner of the map. So we're going to travel up to the other corner on this side. And there we are. So yeah, that's the size of things. That's the size of things, guys. And you can see here you've got a bunch of different like little towns on the edges. It's a nice sized lake, that, isn't it? Decent. And then, yeah, you can see here you've got custom houses with all sorts of things you can buy and sell. And then there's some power here to import or export power to. Again, we've got another one there. So it's up to you where you build and how you build. But that's the scale of the map, which means you can build multiple towns, multiple places, different ideas, different themes. Yeah, isn't it just absolutely fantastic? Now you can see, I think the blues are kind of like allied countries or something. I think those are the non-Soviet. Yeah, so that'll be sold for dollars. Those will be sold for dollars. We can see the blue stars, meaning those borders, like I say, are for like allied countries, sell for dollars. Okay, the game is paused, but it's still saved. Then you can see the red star here, which is, I believe, the Soviet borders. I believe you got 2 of each, and anything sold on these borders are going to be for rubles. So that's kind of cool. Very simplistic, but really cool looking, slightly detailed and aged and weathered effect on the menus and everything. Like, I just love the stylistic choices chosen in this game. Absolutely adore that. So you can still change everything that you had before. And like I say, you can really make it as pretty or as ugly as you want to. So resources, you can see here all the different bits and pieces. Population, got happiness. Are they satiated? Are they healthy? How loyal are they to your government? Are they addicted to alcohol? What's the culture like? What's the sport like? The religion, and of course the quality of their clothing. So you've got your workers, your babies, your kids, and then your adult children who have yet to move out. So there's a bunch of different stuff. No education, you can see basic, university, computer, TV, radio, cars. There's so many different metrics that you can judge things on. It's really up to you how you want to do things. It really is up to you. I think having something near to this double border, near to mountain, near to a river, some nice flat land to deal with, so we don't have to travel too far. Like this whole area here, I think, is a decent starting place. Infrastructure, so you can see road, rail, and everything else all set up. We've got our terrain tools and how to set those up. I can build using dollars. We've got $2 million. We got 10 million rubles. So you can set up which you want to spend, and again, if you're trading more with one than the other, you can always change that round to suit your needs. Then construction, again, all the different types. Construction industry, residential, you got daycare and schooling and that sort of thing, the education. You've got all the different kind of stuff in there, depending on industry or whatever. Then you got your economy tab, again, so much information to pour over if you really want to. We can get a dollar loan, we can get a ruble loan. The depth in this game is absolutely mind-boggling, and there's a bunch of vehicles stuff in there, so all sorts of stuff. Absolutely love that. And then we got a mini map. So as you can see, we're looking right now at this little section here, and there's so many. So one of the first things I think it's worth doing is looking at what resources you got nearby. So it looks like we got coal in this mountain. It doesn't look like there's much in there. I was hoping for coal there. There's a big mountain range. I thought it might have something. So building here, I could feed off that. But still, we'll feed off this. Probably means to begin with, I'll set up over this side. And then the iron is up in this mountain. And oil. There's a little pocket of oil there. And not too far away, it looks like there's oil in this area here as well. So yeah, it looks like right in the middle there. So yeah, coal. Tons of iron up there. And a bit of oil. Yeah, you're not going to get all three normally sort of in one place so much. I think round here there's a decent amount of oil. There's your iron. And there's some coal. So yeah, like building somewhere there might be okay too. But yeah, it all depends exactly what you want to do. But I think here is a good starting point for us. So, okay, 1 second. Okay, so I turned on the speed a little bit. Yeah. I turned on the sounds as well. So the game seemed to be like running at a weird speed. I had to go in and change some settings. Basically into full screen and back out to it again. So as I was moving the camera, it would just sort of jump forward. It didn't seem like lag, it just seemed like the speed up. And I've never really had that happen. So it's okay. So these are kind of like hotkeys, I guess, you can fill with different things. Okay. As you can see here, roads. So, mud road, gravel road, asphalt road. So what are we actually going to need? I think we're going to need a basic sort of town setup. We're probably going to want a road coming out and up into the mountain for coal. Power station, probably nearby there. Then we're going to need a road out, which will take us to our production area over here with all the iron. So the manufactories over in that direction. So I think, yeah, we can start building a little community here, and if we want to, then we can move down to the river. So let's see how this all works. One way, two-way roads, bunch of different tunnels and whatnot. Okay, so you can see now we're building with rubles. And there you go. So if you do have an issue placing stuff, you can hold the right mouse button and that will sort of get you where you need to go. Show wireframe. There you go. And this will give you the layout of the land as well. So you can see that these are okay areas to build in. A little bit of terraforming may be needed in yellow areas. Red areas are a bit more extreme to traverse. So again, if you use them as guidelines. So that's going to start getting built up, and then I'm probably going to want a few roads coming off it. And that should be enough just to start getting some basic building going. So there we go, we hit normal speed. We can see it's all starting to get put together. There we go. Nice and simple. Okay, construction. Construction offices. Concrete. So, how much of this do we actually need? I'm not actually sure, but we can put a construction office say out there, and then go back with this basic asphalt road. Okay, so it doesn't want me to connect that there, but I can do it that way. Then that will still lead over where we wanted to go, and we can probably do another one that way if we need to. Okay. And then residential. Brick flats. Quality of flats, 82. Okay. They've all got different amounts of workers. Okay. Can't get it perfect, but okay. Three of those at least. Get citizens. Oh. Okay. Don't want to get like universities and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know right there. But let me see. We've already got workers in. And there's a bunch of good stuff. So where should they be going to work? I mean, right now, probably there. So let's have a look then at bus and everything. Side of the roads, bus platform. Right. Flatten that out. And build a bus platform. Match up that road there. You see, I really kind of like that. I really, really do. So we can put ourselves a little bus stop in next to that. Put ourselves bus stop in there. And now we see all the people coming out, waiting at the bus stop and ready to get going to work. No road or footpath, building system. It's not what the bus stops are for. It's to help with that. Okay, so where's the bus terminals? Is that gonna be this building, perhaps? I mean, maybe. I mean, there's road vehicles, so let's get that road going up there. Try and connect that as nicely as we can to there. And we can't connect that side up, that's fine. It's only one way in or out. Buy new vehicle. So we got a bunch of different options here. Okay, so add a new stop. So we can get in, get out, get in, get out. And allow that just to go. And then that one can okay. And also Make its move. And now all of a sudden it's nighttime. Well, there we go. I mean, no tutorials, just jump into the game. And we're able to build at least a basic bus system. A construction office to help us sort of get things going there. Some residences. And that's what I like about this game, is how quickly you seem to be able to really get going in this. So we can buy some stuff where we need to. So food and crops, education, equipment. So there's a lot of different things in here to deal with. A lot of deals that can be done in certain ways with, as I say, the Soviet neighbors or the Allied neighbors, or however you want to term them. So it all depends what kind of industry you really want to be going on with. But I need to figure out what the zoom button would be. Is there not a zoom button? No. Okay, there's not a zoom button on the keyboard, which kind of sucks, to be honest with you, because I go in here and like set a small store, and all of a sudden zoom is rotate, so I can't now zoom out. I can move the map about and that's okay, but I can't do anything else I might want to. So yeah, again, would have preferred otherwise. But I mean, that's okay. Let's put a pub. Down at the end there. Yeah, it doesn't seem like anything has to zoom in and out. I'd like a keyboard binding for that. Where are people going? Yeah, see, they're going to the pub. Some are going to the pub. There we go. Bar staff. No current number of guests, but we've got some alcohol. There's our first guest in there. Let's see if we can see that they can either walk home or they can walk to the bus station to go where they need to. Here again, there's buses that they can take where they need to go. And they can walk back and forth between a couple of places there if they need to. Yeah, so we could have just not put in this bus stop, but I'm thinking of building up this area more with some stuff so it will get used. So they'll walk where they need to if they can't like take a bus or anything, but hopefully they will be able to. So this bus is pumping out some smoke out the back there. Do I need to send it to a depot, or will it actually do that itself? And there's a harvester, so there's a bit more of a bit more fun for us there. You know, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. They're all going in the shop. So that looks to be the sellers that are going in. Not sure about the number of shoppers and how we can get that. But it looks like electronics, clothes. So it's in that small store. Okay, so it's a very, very brief look into the game. Because like I say, this is the type of game which does take an absolute, you know, absolute crazy amount of time. But, yeah, the depth, the complexity that you can have going into it can get quite bad. You know, you can get lost. It can be a bit overwhelming. So yeah, we're not going to get too deep into it. I am going to need to have a play around with this a little bit and see exactly what I can get out of it. But just like how easy it is to place buildings, how easy it has been to get to grips with it without even taking the tutorials, which are of course available. So if we do quit to menu and go back on here, you can see tutorials. There's an absolute ton of different tutorials you can load up and play. Yeah. So you'll get to grips with the mechanics in this game fairly quickly. It shouldn't take you too long at all. Okay, game seems to have paused for a moment, so take the opportunity to say recent reviews on Steam, very positive, 93%, 87% all time. It was released a little over a year ago, but it's been in early access for a long while. They're still working on it. It's currently 20% off. That takes it down to $19.99. So it seems to be at a good price point. Like I say, it's well backed. Still in early access. But yeah, the amount of work they put on the game has been quite spectacular, if I'm honest. It's one of those early access where you continuously see things developing and improving and refinements coming in. So you can plan your economy and everything like that, as well as just the building aspect. You're managing your citizens, your resources, you're managing the land, trading. There's all sorts you can get into. And yeah, I think it's really interesting the way that the game dynamically changes. So as your economy develops, your population wants different things, wants more things. That can cause issues for you. It's an ever-evolving dynamic between what you have, what you need, and what they want. So it's all kind of weird stuff that can crop up that you've got to deal with on the fly, but number of different resources, number of different demands, there's a number of different vehicles. As I say, you can trade in dollars or rubles depending on how you want to set it up. But yeah, just absolutely phenomenal. But it is available now. It is 20% off. So it's a good time as any to take advantage of it. Oop. This game kicking back in again. So you can see here in the tutorials, for example, it's going to break down what you should be building and where. And as soon as we do, it's going to tell us, okay, now we build a road from there to there. The music just kills me. Music just kills me. Let me link that up to there. Very basic, but Gonna show you what you need to do. So you can get 2 grips. Is it reachable? Of course it's reachable. So yeah, it's just teaching mechanics that I found myself. Footpaths. I didn't think about footpaths. That definitely is something that you can figure out. Stop them from going all the way round. They can actually get over here really, really easily now. Then we can get ourselves a little food factory action going on. Line those up. Drop that down. Now we're going to have to put roads in to support that. Let's get the bus station where it wants it. And then we're back on the footpath. So you can see how quickly the game kind of pulls you into things in the tutorial. Quickly it develops your knowledge and how you want to set things up. And just like that, we've already done a bunch of cool stuff. Yeah, the road, vehicles, depot we can throw down there. And then we buy the bus. But we figured out how to do this ourselves, but launch the bus. I think that was going to be the next tutorial. Yeah, we can speed up time. Bus go get passengers. Bus takes passengers to other shop, or to the factory. The bus stop over here. They can walk over to the factory. And now we have people working in there. Purchase using there, and we can import a bunch of food, or a bunch of crops we can turn into food. Let's move the camera around so we can get a better look at the road. So yeah, I mean, the reason I wanted to do the gameplay before doing this tutorial bit was you'll see most of this yourself, and it's good to get you an idea, but I don't think it's good to get you really into the game the way it should. So it's good to teach you, but for me, I think I would also rather jump into a map, take a look around, and then try and figure out what we want to do. So again, that's just me. You might feel a different way, but go there, go there, and launch. Empty residential. Okay. Why? Oh. Doesn't want us to get citizens. There you go. So it's teaching us about how things are working out. Let's invite them. Don't use this now. It said to do 100 and it's only got 70. But okay. At least I thought it said 100. Move residents from 1 to another. This is population control. And there you go, you've got everybody feeding into the bus station, which is feeding into the factory, producing food that we've brought in the crops for, and sending them to this store. and that's going to end up making us money. Of course, for the tutorial, unlimited money. So that's the first tutorial for you, as well as what we were able to do in our game. I like all the trees are arrows pointing you in case you get lost. Oh look, it's this way, inside this little tree box, this little sandbox, and yeah, it's a little town we just built in our first tutorial. But I quite liked our town, which we did, okay, maybe twice as long, and maybe it would have been quicker if I had did this tutorial first, but we did something very similar ourselves in a similar amount of time, really. Just jumping into the game without knowing too much about things, which I think, and the point I wanted to make with that, shows great accessibility. Everything is fairly well laid out. So yeah, the music is for me a good choice that they've made. The aesthetic, the style of the game overall, again, more good choices. Say the weather effects and this and that, I quite enjoy those. The layout of the GUI is pretty well done and self-explanatory, and tooltips absolutely everywhere. The choices between dollars and rubles and the map connecting to both superpowers, as it were, so that you can choose to earn more of one or the other depending on how you want to play. Again, I feel is really good. I don't know if there's economics in the game where inflation in one currency might be more than another, so it's more prudent to buy in one and sell in another, and like take advantage of the rates and all that kind of thing. I'm not sure if that's actually in game or not. It would be really cool if it was. So who knows? But I like that aspect of it. I like the feel of the game, how easy it is just to place things, see what works, what doesn't. And yeah, I think it works really, really, really well. So overall, I've got to say, even though it's still in early access and it's not quite out yet, it's already had a couple of good updates where we've seen significant progress on the game. I watched it, as I say, being played by somebody, by Party Elite, in the very, very early stages of the game, and there's a lot more polish on it than there was. It's been in early access for about a year. I expect it to continue for a little while longer before they fully release it. But $20 right now is a good price. That's 20% off, $25 normally. Again, I think the amount of game you're getting for the price is really, really good. So go ahead and jump on in and get yourself this game. If this is your kind of thing, if city building, management, economy, sort of lifestyle games are your kind of thing, and there's a huge market for them, so maybe this is for you, head on over, check it out. As I said, there's plenty of videos up on YouTube of long plays. I'm tempted to do one myself. I've got to figure out a few things first about my schedule and exactly how to play this game properly, so I can learn it a little bit before diving into a full series. But yeah, that is out there. But I would recommend this game. I certainly would recommend this game. Yeah, it just seems really easy to pick up and play. Decent amount of options as well. Decent amount of options. Performance seems pretty good. Gameplay pretty good. Story we haven't seen anything of yet, but as I say, I do know that evolves depending on how you build your towns, your economy. And yeah, I like the fact that the maps are so big that you literally can, like this square here is basically a square in the middle, and you literally can build like 6 or 7 different settlements, all different industries, one being sort of electricity, sort of power generation for you, another just being purely commercial retail output for all the other cities. You could have a farming community, you could have steel production, you could have all different kinds of things all over the map, all feeding into each other, playing off each other, and exporting at different points and importing different things. So it really, your imagination is key and king in this kind of game. So I love games with that kind of freedom, that kind of replayability. Mods, I mean, it's on the Steam Workshop. There's going to be tons of mods. There always are for these kind of games. New vehicles, new stats, new buildings, scenarios, that kind of thing. Graphical overhauls, extra music. Probably going to be all sorts in there. But yeah, to say overall, I'm pretty happy with everything I've seen. Everything. There's not one thing I've seen so far and said this could be better, that could be better. I mean, the placements aren't perfect. They don't like snap or align to grid. I don't know if you can do that or not. I don't think so. It's very much a free roam. And again, that kind of builds into the aesthetic of not being perfect grids and everything. A little bit more ramshackle, run down in certain ways. You know, you can tell that from the fact that this brand new bus terminal's got like a distressed weather effect on the roof. These buildings are grimy and dirty. It's really evocative of that period in Russian history where this really was the state of things. Not just Russia, but this is being built in the Soviet Republic, which sort of that's where we get a lot of that aesthetic from. But yeah, heartily recommend it. Go check it out now. And yeah, it just fascinates me watching all these people going about their business and daily lives and choosing what you do for them. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, this is Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. As I say, on sale now, and well worth the money for me. $20. Even when it goes back up to 25, even if it was like 35, I'd still say there's enough gameplay, enough quality, enough longevity, and attention to detail, enough modability. Like, all those things would factor into a higher price point and still make it worth buying, in my opinion. But yeah, go check it out. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you interested in this game, this kind of game? This is certainly in my wheelhouse, and there may be a possibility of a playthrough, even though other established ones are out there. I'd like to see what I can do on this game, so if you want to see that as well, let me know and we'll get on that. But for now, thanks very much for watching. We're going to leave it there with this glorious music playing in the background. And yeah, see you next time. Take care, behave yourselves, and I'll see you soon.